If you're trying to figure out how to achieve a realistic weathered gold look on your miniatures that won't take days to achieve, I'm going to show you a technique that will only take one evening, and all you need are 2 paints and 2 washes. So I'm going to show you how to achieve this with this Dwemer Centurion from Elder Scrolls Call to Arms, but this would equally work great on Stormcast Eternals or any miniature where you want a weathered gold look. The first step is to prime your model in a metallic colour. For me, I've primed this Dwemer Centurion with one of Citadel's lead belcher rattle cans, and this is going to not only be our primer, but the base layer that we're going to be building upon. Next, I took some black wash and coated the model. This is to add some added darkness to the shadows and recesses of the miniature at this stage before we begin making it look gold, which is what we're going to do now. We're going to apply Cassandora yellow over all of the metallic areas, and we're not going to load our brush up with tons of wash. In fact, it's better to have less on the brush and add more later when it dries if we want the effect to be stronger. But what you'll notice is that as we add this orange-yellow wash to the miniature, which is quite transparent, it tints the metallic primer to create this golden-like effect. So you want to be very careful not to allow the Cassandora yellow to pool in any area of the miniature, because if it does, it becomes very apparent that this is a wash and it's an effect that we're trying to achieve here, and it's very difficult to undo that once it happens. So apply it lightly and apply it area by area. Once this is dried, we're going to take plate mail metal and dry brush the entire miniature to weather this effect a little. And this will give the impression that the gold has been worn and weathered down over the years, so make sure to dry brush onto the knees and all the fringes and edges of the miniature just to make it look like it's brushed and bashed against things. Now you could just stop here if you like what you see, but we're going to really solidify the effect and make it look a little bit more authentic, a little bit more weathered by just repeating these last 2 steps. So add another layer of Cassandora yellow to the surface of the miniature, again taking care not to over apply, and once that's dried we're going to take our plate mail metal once more, or if you wanted to add an extra little shine to it, go for something like silver or your silver equivalent in your paint range, and just add a very light dry brush on only the extreme edges of the miniature, the areas that would have been most exposed to the elements over the years. And once that dries, you have what I think is a really interesting and realistic weathered gold, and all you needed was 2 paints, 2 washes, and that's it. So if you find this helpful, you may equally love my 60-second stone texture tutorial, and you can find that right here.